Okay, so this is my current wiring setup. I'm using AEM Infinity. I'm using the, how it is called, EZ-PDM, kind of not that smart-ish PDM box with the relays and all the stuff. Actually, there is a relay for a fuel pump, relay for other auxiliary things, etc., and so on. So EQ, injectors, stuff. Then I have a data logger, which I need to connect the things like turn signals, everything which will connect through the CAN sensor to the dash, to the AEM dash. And then of course the one connector and then the other on the other half. We have the dash connectors, we have the logic, fuel pump, ignition, etc. And of course then there is additional box where there is the keyboard. It's actually quite a nice one. This comes This comes straight from BlinkMarine, so not as if others, but BlinkMarine PDM. And yeah, more or less the things that I need. The other wiring, the other end of the engine is in the other box. I'll show it maybe later. So what I need, yeah.
Cool, so what I'm doing here is actually taking a VG20 wire and trimming it, cutting it into the lengths that I will need to pin to the DTM connector. You can see it on the bottom side. So I need to prepare the wires for this whole patching. So this is my internal wiring with a plate from Wonder Engineering, who designed and built this for me to put like the whole Deutsch connectors through the firewall. And this is where I'm just testing out and seeing where the wiring will go into the what kind of lengths and how to position like the loops and the outcome of the connectors, because one of the connectors is dedicated for the ECU and the other connector will be for like relays, turn signals, lights, and etc. So just measuring all in one. Just cutting more AVG wires to be prepared to connect to the connector and go out of it. Then some crimping work is done to crimp the wires to fit onto the connectors. I'm using here DTM 20 gauge wire connectors. You can see it on the sticker. It's AVG20 solid socket and covered with nickel. And pinning is quite straightforward. You place it like trim the wire up to the length that you need to put it into the crimper. Set your crimper to the crimping numbers that you need for the specific wire, and then just place the wire in, hold it in. Actually, I'll show it here. I think in the connector you actually can crimp it a little bit, and the pin itself holds in. Then you place the wire in and you just crimp it up. I'm actually using the universal head because I don't have a specific one for these tools, but you can see more or less, you can find online the examples of how they should be crimped. Now changing the head for the Deutsch connector to fit. You can see on the connector we have like the numbers and the specifics of which one needs to be used to specific length to fit the wire into the to fit the pin into the crimper. Now we have some of them crimped already, and yeah, I'll just show that this is the tool which once you use. There is an insert and remove sides. You place the crimped pin into the tool, and it's kind of eases up your life to clamp it into the connector, into the Deutsch connector. you find the proper socket, which one you need, and you just simply pull it in until you hear this kind of click sound. You can try pulling it out to feel like the resistance that it holds inside of the place, and leave it as it is there. For the wires, for not to get mixed in, I use different colors. I have them marked in my notes of the wires, like which color and what color combination it links to some specific logic. And then after that, I don't know if this is like the exact right way to do, but I do the service loops. This actually helps to release the strain of the wires if you need to service them, or if you are. Now this is a little bit of twisting the wires. Like, it's not exactly correct, the best way to do this, but if there is like not enough wires, you can just twist them simply to the path that they go, and I'll just tape a little bit of Kapton tape at the end not to get them untwisted. Then I could cover them with a shrink. I have a few sizes of the shrinks. I figure out which length and let's say which width do I need for it. I can clip it, and then you just move it onto the wire and use the fan to heat it up to fold it, mold it into the place, proper location. You can see it goes a little bit hard in this, because probably I chosen like a little bit smaller than I needed to choose. This is where I actually did a mistake. I marked the wires, and I already heated up like the SCL for the wires, and then I noticed that I actually forgot 2 wires. So that's why we have 2 additional wires going with an additional twist. This, well, it is what it is. For the next time I'll probably figure this out and I won't forget it.